Okay, hi. So, we're gonna move. And we have a big garden, and I want to take a lot of it with us. So, throughout the summer, we're moving in September, so we have the whole summer to kind of get ready for this and let some of our stuff do its thing, like the corn and whatever. But then there are other things that we can start dismantling along the way, and I thought I would vlog about it. So, this video is just going to be a quick tour of the backyard, and I may or may not go to the front yard. We'll see. So that you can see what it is that we have, and as it is now, well, it's still all together. And then as I take different parts of it away, pot it up or whatever I'm going to do with it, I'll do a video about it. So you can see the whole process. Won't that be great? Maybe, I don't know. So, okay, here we go. I gotta turn this thing around. Alright, so, hopefully you can hear me because the air conditioner is running. So, this is the yard. Here's our little, I'm just standing right at my back door. That's where I was when I started this. Okay? See that red bud we fight every year because it's right on the air conditioner? It's now the landlord's problem. Okay. So, all these things are kind of easy because they're in pots. I have stuff for a plant swap over there. So this will be easy stuff because, right, it's already potted up. So let's start out over here. I'm probably going to leave all of this. Those irises are actually planted in mulch. I didn't mulch them. I planted them in the mulch, which is probably not good for them, but they all bloomed, so. Okay. This is my little shade garden. The delphinium is about to do its thing. My lovely little natives here. They just blooming like champs. I love them. They're called Indian pinks. So pretty much everything in this bed I want to dig up and take with us. So that includes the spiderwort, the woodland poppy. This is Stilby that's gotten overtaken by the woodland poppy, the hostas, the ferns. These irises are actually in a pot, so that'll be easy. But a lot of this came from a friend's mother's garden, and so it's got sentimental value. And then some of it I purchased from a friend in the Master Gardeners. So let's see if I can. You can see I've got ferns. Some violets. This is a bleeding heart. It hasn't bloomed yet, but I know it will. So anyways, there's just a bunch of stuff here, and I need to do it without causing too much damage to this lovely maple tree. I have this sign a friend gave me. So, and then I keep some potted plants back here. This bench broke. I used to sit out here every morning, but since the bench broke, I haven't been doing that. Okay. So then over here, this year is the first year we've had this area over here as big as it is, and it's just flourishing. We have gourds and pumpkins. No, we have pumpkins and spaghetti squash planted down here, along with, I have a little oregano here, and then there's some of this verbena something or other. It's not regular verbena. I'll think of it later. And then of course these sunflowers that are just huge in height. The blooms aren't particularly huge, but they're really tall. Gorgeous. So this is just thriving. And none of this will go with us. Well, the oregano might. The oregano might. But the rest of it will all die back, and so we'll just pick up this frame and use whatever dirt out of here that we need to for potting up some of the other stuff and call it good. This is the frame for my hammock that my husband made me, and we'll probably have to take it apart. Okay, so this bed is also new this year. We didn't know we were moving when we started this spring, so we got onions, dill, and tomatoes. That's what's in this bed, and the tomatoes are a surprise. Surprise! So we'll just see what they are. I don't really remember what we bought. So usually I keep better track of it, but we've kind of had a crazy spring. So the onions are about done. The dill is kind of harvest when you want. I'll probably harvest flowers and then let it go to seed the next time it flowers. So there's 4 plants, I think. 3 or 4. Then over here, this verbena, I got that with a friend in the woods. It was a lot of fun, and it's, as you can see, very healthy. It was covered, loaded with blooms earlier this spring. So that I want to take with us. There are gladiolas in this bed that have the most striking color, so I'll want to take those, but I'll let them finish doing their thing. This tansy is still in a pot, so that'll be easy. And then I think I want to try to take this hollyhock. I'm not sure what happened, what's causing the leaves to do that, but it's still blooming. This is the first year it bloomed. It's a biannual. So I'll take seed from it, and I may or may not try to dig up the actual plant. Okay, so let's come around this way. Here's some lovely little coreopsis. Isn't it sweet? So I'll probably try to take that with me. This is another coreopsis. It's a different kind. And then I'll probably try to take that too. And then down here, this is firetail, I think is what it's called. I don't think it'll bloom for me this year, but I'm curious to see what happens. And this, I believe, is bee balm. So it's probably not getting enough sun here. And as you can see, there are a lot of weeds. I really need to get out here and pull the weeds, but I don't know. I'll probably say it a lot. It's been a crazy spring. So, this is volunteers. So, this I think is going to be a coleus. Or no, not coleus. Good grief, Lucinda. Cleome. All these C words. I'm not sure what this is. I'm hoping that it's going to be Irish poet tassel flowers that I had last year that I couldn't buy this year. But the more it grows, the less I think that's what it is. My fingers are still crossed though. And then I have horsetail. That's what this, I don't know if you can even see it very well in the, there you go, that stuff. Which is fun. It's architectural and it's just neat. So I'll probably take that with me. That's one of my borage plants. I have a lot of borage. It self-seeds, so I don't need to bring it with me. I have a feeling, since we're bringing a lot of the dirt, that I'll have a lot of borage with me. Then down in here, see, I really need to just cut this stuff back because it's covering up. That's hyssop. Yeah, these beds need help. Yarrow, I'm going to take that with me. This bed has kale. These are radishes that I've decided to let go to seed because I think it's pretty. Then there are beets, kohlrabi, peppers of some unknown sort. Ooh, they're starting to grow peppers. Underneath here are eggplants. We'll see if they do anything. I need to take these down, I guess. Those are carrots. See, and here's one of my Irish volunteers, Irish poet tassel flower. Oh, I love it. Love it. There's a beard's tongue that's done blooming. That's a false indigo that's done blooming. I want to take all of that. Back here underneath that, there's a bunch of stuff that's going to hopefully bloom soon. Zinnias. Don't need to bring that stuff because it's zinnias or annuals. Alright, so in here, this is our asparagus. It's very ferny. We let it go after we harvested and harvested and harvested, and then a volunteer dill. This bed always has volunteer dill because the first year we had this bed, this frame here had cucumbers on it, and then there was dill in the bed because I like to grow dill with cucumbers. And since that first year when the cucumbers were fantastic, our cucumbers have never done very well, so I didn't even bother with them this year. Of course, this will probably be the year when they would do great. So anyways, we're going to take as much asparagus with us as we can. And then over here we had broccoli and lettuce. I'm letting the lettuce go to flower just because I might get some seed, and the broccoli go to flower just because I was curious what happens. But then we also have gourds growing on our corn. This is an ornamental corn. I've never grown corn before, so I've really enjoyed watching this stuff grow. And I really like looking at it from this angle. It's so pretty. And another volunteer dill. It's all over the place. Then this is a bean that I hope does something, because I bought those seeds and this is the only one that actually did anything. Or no, I think I see one back there too. But I wanted to try to get the beans growing up the corn stalks. Marigolds, I plant marigolds all over the place because those are supposed to help keep away some of those nasty beetles. This is the carrots again from another angle. See, these are the ones we're going to harvest, and these are the ones I wanted to go to seed. I think that they're gorgeous. I could just look at these flowers all day. Okay, some more borage. Over here, last year I had a borage on purpose, and the rest of this borage is just volunteer. And it's growing in the garlic. So it's probably time to harvest some of that garlic. And the zucchini plant is doing pretty well. More marigolds for keeping away those beetles I don't like. The bees are very happy with the borage, and so am I. It's just beautiful. Volunteer asparagus fern. There's some purple sage back there. I'll go around so you can see it. Okay, so over here, this used to be our compost pile. So we have volunteer dill and volunteer tomato. And then this is Joe Pye, which I'm hoping will thrive and do something beautiful. And then Johnson grass, which we need to get rid of. And this is the iris bed that did not do very well this year. There are about a dozen different irises in here, but only 3 of them bloomed. I mean, I had more than 3 blooms, but only 3 plants bloomed. So I don't know which one's which. I can't find the chart that I made last year of what went where. So it's going to be interesting next year, depending on where we are. But in July, after the 4th of July, the rule of thumb is between the 4th of July and Labor Day is the good time to dig up your irises and divide them. You can cut them back at that point if you want. There's a specific way to do it, and I've blogged about that before because I've had lots of irises. So again, lots of weeds. I'm sorry, but I just haven't had time to do this. So the first thing out here that I'll probably do is dig up all of these irises, and then there's some in another spot too, and get them all ready to go, because irises are pretty hardy. They will survive. They'll survive. This is the bed that usually has the most herbs. It's huge oregano. It's about to go to flower, and then I'll cut it back once it goes to flower. I'm probably going to cut some of it before that too. Yes, there are irises in this bed. After I planted that other bed, there was an iris sale from the Iris Society, and so I bought a lot of irises, and so I put them in here, and several of those bloomed. So I'm excited about that. There's also something called a walking or Egyptian onion. It's a very odd plant. The lovage has gone to flower, and I need to cut it back. So pretty much everything in this bed is going to be coming out. And there's my tarragon. Under here is a something. Here it is. Can you see that? I think that this is Sicilian oregano. I could be wrong. Roman chamomile, garlic chives, sage, another sage, some more chives, another kind of oregano. I always plant rosemary, but I kept it in the pot over there, as you saw. Okay, so we're almost done with the backyard. This is the potting bench. Like I said, I potted some stuff up to take to a plant swap that's next week, so that's what some of this stuff is. Over here, some other irises. Right there. And then this bed is mostly columbine, as you can see here. And one of these, probably this one with the purple and white, I'm giving to a friend. But all the columbine comes with me. These poppies down here are supposed to be perennial, so those will come out with me. Oh look, they're seeding, or I need to save some of that. It's probably done by now. Anyway, so it's not looking real hot, but it doesn't look real hot at this time of year. I mean, that's just the way it is. So there's some other little flower seedlings down here, and after I pull out that grass, they'll be more obvious. And I'll cut back this columbine a little bit so that it isn't quite so scraggly. I might go ahead and take out one of them. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to go to the front yard this year, or this video. Let me see if I can flip this back around. So, gosh, sorry about the close-up. Anyway, there's a lot here. At some point I'll count all of the plants, but it's a lot. It could be more. I work at a grocery store and we have a bakery, and I might try to get some more buckets to use as pots. We'll see. But in the meantime, gonna let stuff flourish that's gonna flourish, and as I can, I'll start digging stuff up and then keep it in pots. Some of it we can go ahead and take to Illinois. Jason's grandparents agreed to keep stuff over the winter for us, which is really wonderful. But they're wonderful people, so that's part of why we're going to be closer to them. So, okay, big job. Should be videos all summer long about this whole thing. And I won't always, gosh, put the camera so close to me. Okay, anyway. Goodbye.